Okay, we're live.
All right, so we're going to make 6 by 10 inch masks. That's the size of the fabric, and we're going to use 2 different fabrics so that you know which is the front and which is the back. Although these can be reversible also if they're clean. So we're going to put 2 of the right side of the fabric. Here's the right side, here's the back side. I should say front side of the fabric. 2 of the front sides together, and this is hard to tell, so I don't think it really matters. You're putting it together, and then you are putting a piece of a filter that we happen to have on hand, or it could be a piece of unwoven or interweaving, I think we call it, interfacing, that's what we call it. And so we're going to pin it because we are going to sew around this mask. But we're going to leave a little opening so we can turn the mask, all right? So this is what it looks like after it has been sewn. Here's the opening where we're going to turn the mask. And before we turn it, there's one thing you should do, and that is to just trim off the edges, the corners. Do not cut where you have sewn, but just trim the edges. So when you turn it, it makes a cleaner corner. See, we're going to do that. Just cut this. Okay, so we're going to go in between the 2 fabric, and we're going to turn it now. So you want to push out the corners like such. So you have a little corner there with your finger. Okay. So I like to actually iron this at this point, so it's a little bit more. I'll show you one here. I've ironed it so it's a little bit flatter and creased. All right, and we have the opening here as well. So we're going to make the casings on the edges about, so I'm just turning them over, about 1/2 inch. It's about 1/2 inch. And we're going to pin it, because this is what I'll be sewing. This is what we put, a 1/2 inch elastic is really the best to go in here. All right, so you've got your casing here, a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to put in the nose piece, which is a piece of metal that has been cut by the Steelworkers Union. And a volunteer has actually put this metal inside this piece of bias tape that I've sewn. And some people say that they don't even use this bias tape, but I just like a little extra padding around the nose. So you're going to want to put it in through that opening at the opposite end, kind of halfway in between the mask, because it'll be right there where your nose is. I like to mark one edge with a pin so I know it when I'm putting in the nose piece, I know where to stop. All right, so I just put it in at the very edge. All right, there we have it. You can use a clip at this point, or you can pin it. Either way, it doesn't matter. And now we are going to sew this, right? So, here. for the opening, you might want to put a little pin as well to keep the opening together. So we're going to start, I like to start on the right side, upside down. You probably can develop, I go back space. And then I go backspace there, and then I turn it. And then I'm going to go just past where it was pinned, because you have to be careful, you do not want to sew the metal piece, but you're just forming a little rectangular box that holds the metal piece in place. And then toward this other edge, you just want to keep track of it so you know how far to go. I like to just kind of put my finger here so I know where the edge is. I know when to stop. A little bit past there, and then I turn it. Oh, there I got the metal piece. I didn't go far enough. Okay. Right, and then sew all the way to the other casing. And then you're going to sew all the way across the bottom to close the open end there. All right, so that is your mask, and it is now ready to be strung with the elastic.
Okay, that's enough. Good. Okay.
Okay.